6 years ago, on this very stage, different venue next door at the Marriott, I got up to introduce my very good friend, Michael Stelzner, at the first ever Social Media Marketing World, and that was 2013. And there were about 1,100 people in that room. And now, here we are. Fast forward to today. This is the 7th annual, and including our online folks, 6,000 people! OMG! Wow, isn't that awesome? Michael, honestly, kudos to you, friend, because this is an incredible accomplishment, and I am honored to be a part of this community and a part of this journey to get to this point. Thank you so much for having me. What an honor to be your keynote this morning. So, let me start with one question. By a show of hands, how many of you would agree with me that you have a love-hate relationship with Facebook? Right? Myself included. We love Facebook for so many wonderful reasons, but on the other hand, oh my gosh, it is crazy making. Especially like in the last year and a half, so many changes. And hello, the last week and a half, so many changes. So Zuck has a new goal, and that is to create a privacy-focused social foundation for the future. What the heck does that mean? How can we as marketers be prepared? What can you do today to prepare for a profitable tomorrow? That is what I'm going to be talking about today, because this is a major pivot point for Facebook and a major pivot point for us as marketers. So let's start with the Wayback Machine. We're going to take a little trip down memory lane. Can someone start my timer too? It seems to have not started. Thanks, guys. So 12 and a half years ago, Facebook has the most inglorious launch moment in history, which changed everything. Some of you will remember what this was. It was the launch of Newsfeed. People hated it. They went crazy. They absolutely hated the change. People did not want Facebook deciding on their behalf what they were going to see in their feed. Literally, groups popped up practically overnight with 1 million members of people that were protesting the change. No, don't change our Facebook. Leave it the way it was. This is a quick glance of what it used to look like. Here's Zuck's profile from pre-Newsfeed. Pre-Newsfeed Zuck. God, he looks like 12 there, doesn't he? I think maybe he was, actually. Crikey. This was Facebook's announcement back then, in September 2016. Facebook gets a facelift. And I want to excerpt a couple of important things from that. They said, you've probably noticed that Facebook looks a little different today. How many times does that happen? Like every dang day? Right? Crikey. They said we've added 2 cool features. Facebook thought they were cool. Newsfeed was cool, and of course the now defunct or non-existent mini feed. But in particular, in that announcement, this is what Facebook said. Guess what, friends? They said that Newsfeed was never meant to be about the news. This is what they said. Newsfeed highlights what's happening in your social circles on Facebook. And it updates a personalized list of news stories throughout the day, such as, guess what? You will know when Mark adds Britney Spears to his favorites or when your crush is single again. Huh? That's what Newsfeed was supposed to be? Quick flash forward to today. Why is it then? Why is it? It boggles my mind. If this is what Newsfeed was supposed to be, why is it that today the biggest publisher is Fox News? Ugh. Chris Penn. I mean, how did we get from Britney Spears to, I don't know. Excuse me. Is this mic working now? Oh, it is. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you. That will help better. And by the way, in the first few months of 2019, first couple of months of 2019, engagement on Facebook is 50% higher than it was this time last year. Now, I think that's great, meaningful social interaction, but I don't know about this list here, that much of it's meaningful social interaction. But I digress. We'll be coming back to the present moment in a moment, back to this inglorious launch moment. It was actually Chris Cox that called the launch of Newsfeed the most inglorious launch moment in the history of Facebook. Chris Cox just resigned from Facebook. Friends, the thing is, as marketers, we actually really got used to the newsfeed, right? So it was an inglorious launch moment. People hated it. But us marketers, we absolutely figured it out. We knew that the way to reach our audience was through the newsfeed. And back in the day, oh my gosh, we could get 200, 300, 400, 500% reach, organic reach for free. Oh my gosh, those were the glory days. It was so easy and inexpensive to build an audience. And then something happened. Our cheese got moved. How many of you are familiar with this book, Who Moved My Cheese? Okay, quite a few of you. For those of you that are not, real quick, it's a cute little story about two little mice and two little people that live in a maze. And they come across the most ginormous stash of cheese, their favorite food. And they just think that all their birthdays have come at once. They set up shop, they move their homes there, their families. It's awesome. They're just getting so much cheese. And then they didn't notice that stash of cheese was getting smaller and smaller and smaller until one day they go to get their normal stash and it's vanished. It's gone. It's no more. And the parable is basically about how we as human beings handle change. And so you can either adapt, you can go off and find new cheese, find a different maze, or you can go hungry. And so this parable, Who Moved My Cheese, is so good. Could we get the IMAX on the either end? Would that be okay? Thank you. And no, the middle one's is slides and the end one's is me on video. So appreciate it. Thanks, guys. This makes it easier. Thanks. Appreciate it. So here's the thing. Facebook moved our cheese. Facebook moved our cheese, didn't they? And the thing is, like, the landscape has just really, really changed in all those years. This is what I call my cheese wheel. This is showing you what today's organic reach looks like. You are publishing amazing content on Facebook every day, maybe several times a week, and this is what's happening. Nobody's seeing it. Nada, zip, zilch, crickets, Snoresville. Nobody's seeing it. Nobody's seeing it. Oh my gosh. Still nobody. What? Nobody's seeing your content. Wait a minute. A tiny wee sliver of cheese. Yep. Organic reach, my friends, is about 1 to 6%. 1 to 6%. And I still speak to marketers today who don't even know. They think every piece of content they're publishing on their Facebook page, everybody's seeing it. And it's simply not the case. Our cheese has been moved. Facebook's moved our cheese. And you know what the cheese is? It's our audience. Our audience has moved. And the primary way that we have been able to reach our audience is the news feed. And the news feed is definitely changing. You've probably heard enormous number of stories and rumors and all kinds of interpretations in the last couple of days, even last week certainly, that the news feed's going away. And it's not actually fully going away. We're going to see a different evolved version of it. Okay? But real quick, this is showing you a chart a few years ago now. Organic reach dropped by 50% in a matter of months. 50%. Rest in peace. No more organic reach. But wait a minute, friends. What if it was possible to still be a happy little mousey and get some cheese? Nom, nom, nom. This is a screenshot from my own Facebook page, Insights, not that long ago, with 66% organic reach. And so it is actually still possible to get organic reach. And what if you could 2x, 5x, 10x your organic reach? The good news is you can. And I actually developed a methodology that I teach all my clients and students. I do a lot of consulting and training with major brands and small businesses. And what I'm going to do is these next 3 slides, I'm going to give you the high-level overview of the way that I approach getting better reach on Facebook. You start with a piece of great content, excellent content, ideally video. Video gets the best reach and engagement on Facebook, the best type of content. Ideally, it's going to be somewhere, it's short form, between 15 seconds and 3 minutes for your recorded videos, and for your lives, maybe 7 to 20 minutes. 7 to 20 minutes. So video content, get some organic reach, let it go out on your post, 1 to 24 hours. Then, and this is going to seem counterintuitive, but to get more organic reach, you add some ad budget. Doesn't have to be a lot, but when Facebook's algorithms see that you're spending even a wee bit of money, then you will get more organic reach. And the cool thing is when you turn a video post into an ad, you get that call to action button right embedded into the video. Here's a quick example for one of my clients. As George mentioned, I do a lot of Facebook Lives for different brands and whatnot. And this is an example where I've got almost 170,000 reach, 125,000 views, 7,000 engagement. And you can see that one does have budget. That was through paid and organic. You get that little learn more button underneath. So the next step is you're going to take those video views and create a custom audience. Now this is for some people more advanced, for others you totally know this. There's some great Facebook ad sessions here. My fellow Facebook ad experts, I teach this as well. And you're going to retarget people who viewed the video. You can do all kinds of great segmentation. Obviously you need the Facebook pixel on your website, the landing page where you're driving people from that video, create some lookalikes. So it's a whole system here where you get better organic reach as you're adding budget in batches. Then, here's the next part, the third component to it, is you want to enhance all of that engagement and community building. So I actually like to encourage my audience to host watch parties. How many of you, by show of hands, have actually hosted a watch party before? Wow, all 6 of you. So I predict fellow marketers, that watch parties will be a major component of your marketing mix this year. If it's not, I really encourage you to look at that. Watch parties, nothing to do with the watch platform. That's totally separate, just happens to have a similar name. It's kind of like movie night, getting some friends together, getting some popcorn, getting a DVD. Well, that's very old-fashioned, but getting your Netflix and sitting down watching a movie together. And the person can host that on their profile in a private group or a page. So watch parties can help exponentially increase your video views. You want to build community in private groups. I'm going to go deep into that towards the end of my slides. And private groups is a major component for businesses. And then amplify your message and influence across other social channels. So, and by the way, with the watch parties, those would be for your longer form videos. You're not going to do a watch party for a 3-minute video. You could, but you could also create a whole playlist, a whole series of them. Okay, so here's the thing. Using this Mari method, as I call it, can go across all kinds of other platforms too. So for example, last year at HubSpot's Inbound conference, I was the #1 influencer with 24,000 attendees in the audience, and I got 124 million reach with my social platforms using these methods. So really about leveraging your influence. And I've given you the high-level view of that, but I call it my Mari method extremely well. And I've had this saying for over a decade, that content is king, but engagement is queen. And she rules the house. Now, my friends, this isn't about necessarily just having people hit that heart or the like or the comment or the share. That's great. Video views, that's a great start to your engagement. But here I'm really talking about in-depth engagement. I have this theory, this belief, this knowing, that human beings fundamentally want to know that they matter, they belong, they're part of a community, they're seen by businesses, that businesses treat them like human beings that really, really love them, love and adore them. So engagement is absolutely queen. And yes, you need to have an ad budget. To get more organic reach, even a little ad budget. I don't like to think of ads, Facebook ads, as pay to play. You know, that saying's been around a long time, pay to play. It's really invest for success. Invest for success. If you're not getting an ROI on your Facebook ad budget, you're doing it wrong. Period. Drops mic. But seriously, and I'm probably preaching to the choir for a number of you here. Others, I've spoke to many of you over the last couple of days, and you've told me maybe you're new to Facebook ads, you're just getting into. But it's definitely a way that we want to be able to enhance our reach. This is Zuckerberg explaining to Congress how the heck Facebook makes money. Somebody had fun with that little GIF. He does. Doesn't he look like an alien? I swear. Sorry, Zuck. I love him. All right, let's look to the future. Press the pause button there. We'll switch gears and we'll go and look at the future. Then we'll get back to the present moment. And I'm going to teach you 4 things that you can do. 4 places where Facebook has hidden the cheese in plain sight. So the future, real quick. This was Zuckerberg's 3,200-word privacy manifesto. And as Wired said, there's no question, inside of Facebook, a new era started on that day. It was March 6th. A week later, on March 13th, Facebook went down for almost 10 hours. The longest outage the company's ever had. Instagram was down too. Guess what? WhatsApp was affected. I heard even Oculus was affected. There's not a lot of public knowledge about what the heck happened, but we can speculate something was going down behind the scenes. Apparently, how many of you, by the way, are familiar with Workplace, Facebook's Workplace? Okay, if you're not, Facebook Workplace is it's a project management, project collaboration platform. It's going to be similar to Slack and whatnot. Workplace had a shift. They actually message everybody on Workplace, and the domain changed. They're no longer with the fb.com or something like that. My suspicion is that they were moving, because that's what they said, it was a server configuration. They were moving everybody off one server on Workplace and over into another server. So something was going on there. Is that to do with, breaking Facebook up? I don't know. The very next day, like less than 24 hours after that 10-hour outage, Chris Cox resigned. And the same day, Chris Daniels, the head of WhatsApp, also resigned. These are signals we need to pay attention to, friends. As marketers, when multiple key executives are leaving Facebook, we got to pay. Something's up. The thing is, Chris does not agree with Mark's full-on direction to create an encrypted, interoperable messaging network. Now, there's arguments for both sides when it comes to encryption. But the thing is, friends, big change is coming. Lots of change is coming. Let's take a look at why did Zuck do his privacy manifesto and why now? I have some theories about this and some knowledge about it. Could it be that, as I say, they're doing their best to kind of break things up and make things all separated or somewhat integrated, or maybe even make things more integrated, like the messaging apps? Is it to dissuade potential government regulation, appease privacy laws, prepare Facebook for blockchain? Right? You know that David Marcus, former head of Messenger, is now heading up the blockchain department. Cryptocurrency is coming. Facebook's working on the Facebook coin. And the first place it will be deployed is WhatsApp. There'll be WhatsApp payment. And that's predicted to be a $19 billion source of revenue for Facebook. Or is it all the above? And because of one other app that we're seeing this big shift to more of a integrated, interoperable, privacy-focused foundation for the future. It's because of this app. This, my friend, is WeChat. China's WeChat. I'm going to show you a 1-minute video clip next, put together by the New York Times, which shows how we as marketers, no matter what country you're in, we need to pay attention to what China is doing. Let's take a look. I got it. There we go. Thanks, guys.
If you are sitting in the United States or Europe right now, you've probably never used a Chinese app. But the reality is, if you want to know how the internet will develop, China, the land once known for its cheap ripoffs, has actually become a guide to the future. But now all of a sudden, some of the features they've developed are so amazing that Western apps are trying to copy them. And the greatest example of this is WeChat. WeChat is an example of, for lack of a better word, a super app. It's a Swiss Army knife that basically does everything for you. It's your WhatsApp, Facebook, Skype, and Uber. It's your Amazon, Instagram, Venmo, and Tinder. But it's other things we don't even have apps for. There are hospitals that have built out whole appointment booking systems. There are investment services. There are even heat maps that show how crowded a place is, be it your favorite shopping mall or a popular tourist site. The list of services goes on basically forever. But it's not the variety of things you can do on WeChat that makes it so powerful. It's the fact that they're all in one app.
They're all in one app. Facebook will never be like WeChat. They'll never be all in one app. Whoops. But they're certainly going to do their best with the Facebook family of apps and services to be similar to WeChat. And as marketers, we should also pay attention to this app. This app, TikTok, it's a short-form video app out of China. Right? It was they bought Musical.ly. It's one of the fastest-growing apps in the United States. And a younger demographic, but also for a more mature demographic, like our friend Jimmy Fallon. He's making TikTok hip. So possibly Facebook could become more like WeChat with the whole family of apps and services, with the big four, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger, of course. But then other aspects, like they have the audience network, obviously for how you can advertise outside of Facebook. You've got Workplace, which I just mentioned, which is really big with a lot of enterprise-level businesses. And then underneath Facebook, you've got the Watch platform, which is really becoming more for kind of those elite shows like Red Table Talk. You've got Facebook Live, Groups, of course. Groups is a huge component of Facebook's focus right now. And then Marketplace. Marketplace has 800 million. So between these and other apps, Facebook could become more like WeChat. And they'll never be as all-pervasive as WeChat is in China. Facebook's strategy has actually been, as you all know, to just acquire competitors, right? Acquired Instagram, acquired WhatsApp, tried to acquire Snapchat a number of times, didn't. So what do? They just undermine Snapchat by copying features blatantly like stories, which did well, obviously, on Instagram. They probably won't be able to buy TikTok, but they quietly launched an app called Lasso, which is like a TikTok copycat. We'll see how that goes. But friends, where's the cheese now? Where is the cheese now? It's time to rethink everything. Where is it now, and where's it going? And the cool thing is that I believe this is a profound opportunity. It's an amazing opportunity right now for marketers. It's exciting. I love change like this. We have to be nimble. We have to be able to pivot. And here's the good thing, friends, that you need to be a savvy marketer to be able to adapt to these changes. And I will guarantee you that everybody in this room here is a savvy marketer, or you would not be at this conference. Mike's clapping. So here's the 4 best ways for reaching and engaging your audience, where the cheese is now, and it's hiding in plain sight. The first, my friends, is video. Facebook is determined to be a next-generation digital streaming television platform. Yes, the Watch platform, they've been pushing it for a while, mobile, desktop, TV app. And it's doing okay, but I don't think it's doing anywhere near as well as they hoped it would. Some of the teams are being deployed onto other projects in-house. They've cut some of the budgets, but some of the runaway successes, like Red Table Talk, or now you've got Will Smith's Bucket List, those are the kinds of niche shows that will be able to be monetized with ads. Us as marketers, we want to create our 15-second ad breaks to go into those shows. It's basically like having very inexpensive television ads. Speaking of which, worldwide digital ad spending in billions of dollars, the blue line, passed worldwide TV ad spending about 2 years ago, 2017. And you can see it's only going to go up. That's through 2022. And so there is a large amount of television advertising budget that will be not moving fully, but probably doing a little both and, that Facebook wants to be able to capitalize on and to grab a piece of that budget. So Facebook has a mission, a global mission for the whole company, bring the world closer together. But did you know they also have a mission statement just for video? And that is to create shared experiences and a sense of belonging through video. Remember how they don't want passive consumption. They've actually done studies and they show that it lowers people's well-being. They don't feel as good about themselves, or they're just passively scrolling through and consuming content by themselves. However, when people are able to interact and engage with friends, do the watch parties and game shows like confetti, polls, obviously live, it really makes a difference to people's well-being. The Red Table Talk is definitely their runaway success. They just set a record. That one episode is almost, it's just under 30 minutes, 31 million views. It set a record. And here's the thing, friends, as marketers, most everybody here in this room knows that a view on Facebook is 3 seconds. These views, 31 million, I'm telling you, are multiple minute views. Multiple minute views. Again, paying attention as marketers, that is eyeballs. That's eyeballs on that sustained amount of time. And as our good friend Gary Vaynerchuk has said for 12 years, eyeballs are monetizable. Eyeballs are monetizable. And that's what Facebook wants to do with video. Our good friends at BuzzSumo did a study of over 700 million Facebook posts, and the best engaging content is video by far. Typically short form video. Let's take a look at an example. Here's our friends at HubSpot. HubSpot last year deployed a new Facebook marketing strategy. They stopped wasting time on doing things that don't work, like posting links. Links gets the lowest reach and engagement on Facebook, and focusing on tactics that work, such as short form videos. Anything under 3 minutes is short form. This is HubSpot's Facebook page. And as you scroll down, you'll see, I love their cover video. They have some to camera, always with captions. They mix it up. There's landscape with captions. There's square with text overlay, more square with text overlay. There's one that's got a messenger call to action button. It's highly, engaging, catches your attention in the newsfeed. So this is what HubSpot are doing, and I recommend a great Facebook strategy is to focus on the ROI of each post. Do not just broadcast your message and go, check, I've done my Facebook marketing. Create highly shareable content and optimize for mobile consumption, which means vertical video and square video. Landscape's okay too, especially if you're doing your Facebook Lives desktop setup. So this next video I want to show is a really awesome example. I want to prepare you. It's very emotional and very personal. And it's a beautiful video put together by St. Jude Children's Hospital. Let's take a look.
When I got diagnosed, they told me I was going to lose all my hair. It was kind of hard as a teenage girl. My hair was like a precious thing to me. When I look into a mirror, I definitely see everything I've been through, but it's all been worth it because I am here. I'm alive.
So beautiful, so powerful. That was on Instagram, an Instagram video of Square. It got 27,000 views. They shared the same video on their Facebook page, and there got 30,000 views. And so let's break down what was it that was really special about that video that you can emulate too. Right out the gate, it's emotional. Oh, it tugs at your heartstrings. It's relatable. It's a human story. Storytelling told in less than 30 seconds. It's designed for sound off. You always want to have text overlay. And it's a square format, and it has an inspiring caption. Good news, my friends, is Allie is doing just fine. She's in college and in her sorority. So that can actually take a little bit of resources to produce a video like that. I recently surveyed my own audience and asked them what were their biggest challenges when it comes to creating video content. So here's the top 5 in reverse order. Number 5 is gear, camera, lights, microphone, right? How to create video. Confidence, overcoming fears of going on camera. Differentiation, how to stand out, look different in the newsfeed, how to be thumb stopping in the newsfeed. Content, what to say, having a plan for your content. But number 1, my friends, time. OMG. 43% of marketers said that they would do more video if it weren't for obstacles like time, resources, and budget. So here's how my winners are winning. They have the right tools that save them time, as quick and easy, templates, the right content, the right targeting, super important, the right engagement, and the right strategy. So I'm running a challenge group right now. My page, in conjunction with Wave, my clients, we co-created with our pages. Both pages are linked to this group. It has just about 2,600 members, and we're challenging everybody to make a video a day and publish it on their page. The Facebook algorithms will actually give you better reach if you post content on your page every day for 30 days straight. Ideally, a piece of video content. After day 31 onwards, you'll find that your organic reach is a little better. And fun little videos like this one. Here's our friend Harry Potter. Just a few seconds, text overlay, you can add stickers, a really fun little video. And some great results that my group members are getting in this challenge. They're overcoming fears, they're going on camera more. Our friend Jackie here has managed to increase her video engagement by 400% just by posting a video a day for 7 days. And we're just partway through the challenge. So with video, where the cheese has been moved and is hidden in plain sight is you do not want to post links, less link posts, more video posts. You can still put links in your video. And you can add a call to action button there. I was going to say the ratio. I recommend you post about 70% of your content video. 70% video content, 20% images, and about 10% links. You can also throw in some of those status updates. The second way or place where the cheese is hiding in plain sight is definitely stories. Now, I see stories are not really part of video. You could think of them as part of video, but stories are also images, text, stickers, polls. It's micro content. It's images and text and video. And it's fun little things like I love to do, just like putting there's a countdown timer that was counting down to this event. Now here we are. And I love that little dancing lady GIF, one of my favorites. Or just a little video, adding a little poll. Or of course, you can always do your 2-camera.
Hiya, it's warming up nicely here in San Diego. It says Celsius.
Well, the weather was warming up, and I don't know what happened. I think, is there anybody from Britain here? You guys brought the weather, right? Listen, Instagram is Facebook's next. I've been saying this for a little while. Hey, there was a study done in the US last year, I believe, and 50% of survey respondents do not know that Instagram is owned by Facebook. Like, oh, Facebook, ooh, I'm going to use Instagram. Zuck says stories are the future. Stories are the future, friends. That's what he said. That stories are growing 15 times faster than feed content. Now, this is both Instagram and Facebook. There's about 500 million daily active users on Instagram stories, and there are 300 million, the last they told us, we haven't updated in a little while, but 300 million daily actives on Facebook. Let's take a look at a great case study of Facebook story ads, Facebook story ads. This is a company called Bucks. They're a trading app. They're designed specifically for millennials for trading, to get used to trading. And they're just simple square video or even animated GIFs for put into their story format. And they placed this campaign, and the results they found using Facebook story ads, they got 68% lower cost per click than ads in the Facebook feed, 90% lower CPC than ads in the Instagram feed, and 79% lower CPM than that of both feeds. However, Bucks is an app company. What they're most interested in, the stat, their metric they're most interested in is what's called CPI, cost per install. And they got their CPI install down by half by placing ads in the stories of Facebook versus the feeds. So here's the thing on this takeaway, friends. There'll never be a time where ads and stories on both Instagram and Facebook is as cheap as it is now, because there's more inventory than there is demand. And of course, you've got automatic placements as well. If you're doing ads, you're probably already doing ads and stories. But this is where the cheese is right now, friends. And this part where it's hiding in plain sight. If you want to embrace more stories, I know Mike talked about in his keynote yesterday, doing more stories. And the emphasis here is on less permanence. That's what Zuck wants, is less permanence and more ephemeral. And the ephemeral component, the disappearing component, is going to be applicable to more than just stories. They're talking about disappearing messages, even having the option for Facebook users to have their posts expire and just have less permanence. So video and stories, and the third one is messaging. Messaging for sure. Now, it's not just Messenger and WhatsApp, WhatsApp for sure, but you've got Instagram Direct. And Instagram Direct right now, of course, is by itself. They're going to integrate all three of these apps, not to combine and become one, but to make them what's called interoperable. So if you're on Messenger, you could communicate with someone on WhatsApp at the press of a button. And that's Marketplace. The example that Zuck gave is you want to buy something on Marketplace, you're on Messenger, you tap a button, someone else gets it in WhatsApp. That probably won't be out until at least a year, that whole ability to have that interoperability. Our friend Larry Kim said that Facebook Messenger chatbots are the #1 growth marketing channel for the next 5 to 10 years. And actually 40% of people said they don't care if customer service comes from a human or technology, so long as it's the right answer. And I love this quote from Gartner. By 2020, 85% of our engagement with businesses will be done without interacting with another human. Instead, we'll be using self-serve options and chatbots. It's pretty amazing. Chatbots are so powerful. There's about 90 million businesses on Facebook, and only about 300,000 so far have deployed a chatbot. In last year's Social Media Examiner survey, it was showing that there's not that many of you are doing chatbots, and there's a lot more to go. Many of you want to deploy it. So many cool things you can do with a chatbot. You can set appointments, provide important updates, nurture leads, you do broadcasts, build trust, instant customer support. It's really incredible what you can do with deploying a chatbot on your Facebook page. I'm going to take a look at a quick example here. This is actually the National Health Service out of the UK. Every October, they run a campaign to help people stop smoking. And they did this last year through a chatbot. Now, you could interact daily with the chatbot, and you could also get help when you needed it. They did a study that shows if you stop smoking for 28 days, you're 5 times more likely to quit for good. So this chatbot campaign, their goal, obviously, get people smoke-free for 28 days, get these support messages. Here's the results. They got 3,000 people to quit for 28 days. Average engagement rate with the bot, 67%. 92% of survey respondents found the tool helpful, and 75% claimed they were now free. Pretty awesome results. Now, here's a really cool thing, friends. It didn't cost them a dime. It was all organic interaction with that chatbot. And that's really an area you want to explore. I know there's some great chatbot sessions here at this conference. I also want to, in this segment, mention WhatsApp, because we're talking about messages. How many of you are based outside of the United States? Fantastic. Okay, quite a number of you. And how many of you who are in the United States have customers outside the United States? Okay, great. Perfect. So both of you folks, whether you live outside the US or you have customers out there, you definitely want to be keeping a very close eye on what's happening with WhatsApp. There's WhatsApp for Business is available on Android, and they just launched the private beta test for iOS. You can get it through the Test Flight app, or just Google it. I actually switched it over myself, so I've got the Business WhatsApp app for my iPhone. So in this segment, the cheese is definitely moving to more private conversation. You definitely want to still have public social interaction, but a huge emphasis going forward on these private interactions between businesses and their audience, businesses and their customers, more private interaction. And the fourth segment, where cheese is hiding, plain sight, and Facebook wants us to embrace so much more, is groups, having meaningful social interaction in niche communities. Let's meet a member of my community, Nicola. Nicola is an expert in futures, crypto, trading, stock market, and she has a Facebook page, and then her page created a Facebook group, and she goes live using Facebook Live in her group every day, sometimes multiple times a day, teaching about her passion, her crypto and stock market and everything. This is a quick example.
Hello, my name is Nicola, and I'm starting a strategy group to teach traders and investors technical analysis tools and trend-following strategies that I use and which can help you to time entries and exits and avoid getting squeezed out of position.
That's just a quick sneak peek. The really interesting thing about Nicola, she's painfully camera shy. And she even has her avatar. She doesn't even have her picture taken. And she does Facebook Live multiple times a day, and she never even goes on camera. And she is monetizing this group. She's got almost 900 members in this group. It's 25 British pounds. She's out of the UK, if you could see, generating about 22 grand British pounds a month, $30,000 a month. Not too bad. A wonderful way to monetize a Facebook group. You don't have to monetize all your groups, but you can if you want. Social media marketing world did a wonderful, wonderful job this year of creating niche communities where people can be with people who share the same values and interact with your peers. That's a powerful way forward, friends, to have more meaningful Facebook groups. There's been speculation for some time that ads are coming to Facebook groups. I saw them testing a year ago, the boost button inside of Facebook groups. What's actually happening, and you probably saw the writing on the wall, because pages can create, administer, and join Facebook groups, what's coming is the ability to advertise your group, to promote your group, to get more members. So, Facebook moved our cheese, but we can claim it back by being nimble, by being educated. As George said, I totally agree. You can never get enough education, training. Be ready to navigate the maze and find where the cheese is hiding for you. Pay attention to the signals. Read between the lines. Follow me on Facebook. Notice what's getting smaller and what's getting bigger, what's increasing. Zuckerberg said this just the other day. The fastest growing services are private messaging, stories, and small groups. He certainly expects Facebook and Instagram to continue growing, but the privacy-focused platforms will grow even faster. So I'm going to summarize all this in my one closing slide, show you all that I've talked about in one master slide, if you will, so you can all be happy little mousies chomping down on your cheese. It all starts with your core audience, your community. It is not about vanity metrics. It is not about getting millions of fans, millions, even reach sometimes is a vanity metric. It's about getting real measurable business results, real ROI, but certainly starting with your core audience, and as Kevin Kelly said years ago, finding your 1,000 true fans. So with that 1,000 true fans and beyond, your core community, publishing regular, engaging video content. Short form, 15 seconds to 3 minutes. longer form on the Facebook Live, 7 minutes to 20 minutes or so, doing regular Facebook Lives. Definitely embracing Instagram and Facebook stories. If you don't want to do organic stories, at least start creating ads for stories. And then integrating Messenger marketing, not just on Messenger, but look into WhatsApp as well. Chatbots will be coming to Instagram and WhatsApp sooner or later. They will also open up the API on on Instagram Direct at some point. And we'll be able to access our messages much easier. And then everything is about building community in niche groups. It's all about getting back to the human element of social, about creating those deep, meaningful communities. And friends, this is a beautiful, powerful community that Mike and his whole team have done a beautiful job of creating, and I am honored to be with you today. Reach out anytime if I can be of help, at Mari Smith, Facebook Mari Smith, the whole works. I'm at your service. Thank you so much.
Let's give it up for Mari!